Have you guys seen this experiment? It's all over the internet, and we're gonna do it, but we're gonna kick it up a notch. We're gonna make it glow in the dark. Now, before you do the experiment, I want you to try the tonic water. Cheers. It's got some sugar, so it's a little bit sweet, but it's definitely a lot more bitter than most of your carbonated sugary drinks. And that's what I want you to taste here. Now, I want you to remember that bitterness for later, when we do the explanation. It's a key part of what is happening. So you'll definitely want to do this outside or in a place that's easy to clean up. But you also need it dark. So a garage is a perfect place, especially since it's getting dark and cold. Okay, so for this experiment, I made a little funnel so that the mentos can quickly go in, because you want them to all go in about the same time. And just like any carbonated drink, if it gets shaken up too much, it's gonna explode, so open slowly. Alright, so I've got my handful of mentos, and I'm gonna just pour them in. But I'm gonna make it dark so that our fountain glows in the dark. So, how cool is that? But do you have any idea what's happening here? Do you remember that bitterness that you tasted earlier in the tonic water? Well, that bitterness is from a chemical called quinine. Quinine is a chemical that's often used in medications, for instance, to treat malaria. But also, it is often added to tonic water or other beverages because of its bitter taste. In this chemical quinine, this is what's glowing in the dark underneath the black light. It's because of its fluorescent property. Now, fluorescent is something that we can get to in a completely different video because it's a completely different but awesome subject. But what about the fountain part? What makes it explode out of the bottle like that? Well, if you guessed carbon dioxide gas, you're right. Another experiment with carbon dioxide gas. And that's one of the awesome things about science, is things like water and air and carbon dioxide, things that you're around all the time. The more you learn, the more you'll realize just how fascinating these things truly are and that we take them for granted. But I digress. Anyway, so the carbon dioxide gas is forming. Now, carbon dioxide gas has formed in a lot of our experiments, but none of them have exploded this much. Why is this one exploding more rather than just kind of overflowing, like our volcano experiment? Well, it's because there's so much carbon dioxide. There's carbon dioxide forming, just like the volcano experiment, but there's already carbon dioxide in the tonic water. So it's double the carbon dioxide. So now all of that gas, all of that pressure, that needs to get out and quickly. And it's coming out of a very small opening at the top. So the experiment with Diet Coke and Mentos is all over the internet. And now you can say that not only did you do it, and you know how it works, but you also made it glow. And maybe I'm just a science nerd, but I think that's pretty cool. So the biggest difference between the Diet Coke and the tonic water is that the tonic water was able to glow in the dark. Now sometimes you may feel ordinary, like the Diet Coke and Mentos, but no matter who you are or what you have done, God sees you as the glowing tonic water. God doesn't see you as this dark, mysterious, exploding pop. He sees you as this glowing, beautiful fountain. So don't let anyone make you feel like you're anything less than that. Hey guys, so if you like what I do in trying to educate our world, then please do your part by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And until next time, bye! Alright, now we're going to try this again, but we're going to try it with a cold tonic water. I put this in the refrigerator for a little while, because haven't you ever noticed how pop gets flat faster when it's warm? The cold is better for the carbon dioxide. So we're gonna try it and maybe it'll explode up a little bit more. Alright, now I got my funnel and my mentos. So we're gonna turn off the lights, but make sure the black light is on. So I bought 3 bottles of tonic water, just in case it didn't go well. But even though we don't need it, why not do it?